Did you know that millions of people around the world feel spiritually unwell, even when their bodies are healthy and their lives seem fine on the outside? This feeling is not random. It is your soul trying to get your attention. In this video, you will learn the 7 powerful signs that your soul is asking for healing, based on ancient wisdom, spiritual traditions, and modern psychology. The first sign is emotional numbness or emotional overwhelm. This happens when you either feel nothing or feel everything all at once. You may find yourself emotionally checked out. You go through life like a robot, doing what you need to do, but never really feeling present or alive. Or you may feel flooded with emotions. You cry without knowing why. You feel angry or anxious, even when nothing is wrong. From an indigenous perspective, this is called soul loss. A part of you has gone missing due to trauma or deep emotional pain. In Tibetan Buddhism, this is seen as disconnection from your clear inner nature. In Western psychology, it is often caused by unresolved trauma that overwhelms the nervous system. When the soul is hurting, the first thing it does is shut down or become unstable. This is not weakness. It is a call to heal. The second sign is ongoing inner conflict or the habit of self-sabotage. You may feel divided inside, like one part of you wants to grow, while another part holds you back. You start something important, but then quit halfway through. You want to be loved, but you push people away. You dream of success, but keep making choices that lead to failure. This is your soul at war with itself. In Gnostic Christianity, this is the battle between the lower self and the divine spark within. In African spirituality, when your inner self is not aligned with your spiritual head or your destiny, you will move in circles. Jungian psychology calls this the shadow self, which contains the parts of you that were rejected or hidden during childhood. Healing begins when you stop fighting yourself and begin to listen to what those wounded parts really need. The third sign is a feeling of emptiness or loss of purpose. You may have a job, a family, and a routine, but something still feels off. You wake up with no excitement. You move through your day asking, "What is the point?" In Hindu teachings, this is a sign that you are out of alignment with your dharma, your spiritual purpose. In Japanese culture, the concept of ikigai says that when you lose your reason for being, your soul becomes sick. Modern therapy calls this existential depression. It often appears in people who have everything, except a sense of inner fulfillment. When your soul is crying out, it often begins by making you question your direction. This question is not a weakness. It is an invitation to grow. The fourth sign is repeating the same painful relationship patterns. You find yourself choosing the same kind of people, facing the same arguments, and feeling the same heartbreak over and over. You may feel like you are cursed, but what is really happening is that your soul is trying to resolve something from the past. In Buddhism, this is called samsara. It is the cycle of suffering created by attachment and ignorance. In Native American wisdom, it is believed that your spirit will attract familiar wounds until you learn the lesson and break the pattern. In family systems therapy, the same childhood wounds often replay in your adult life. These patterns are not random. They are your soul calling for attention and change. The fifth sign is feeling constant guilt or shame. You may believe you are never good enough. You apologize for everything. You feel uncomfortable receiving compliments or love. This deep sense of unworthiness is not natural. It is often the result of old emotional injuries that have not been healed. Christian mystics say that shame cuts us off from divine grace. Kabbalah teaches that healing the soul involves releasing inherited guilt and returning to your spiritual light. Inner child work shows us that most shame is learned in childhood and can be unlearned with compassion and care. Your soul is not broken. It is simply tired of carrying pain that was never yours to begin with. The sixth sign is having physical problems that cannot be explained by medical tests. You may experience constant fatigue, muscle pain, or digestive issues. Doctors may tell you that everything looks normal, but your body still feels unwell. Traditional Chinese medicine says emotions live in the body, anger lives in the liver, grief lives in the lungs. Ayurveda teaches that imbalance in the body is connected to spiritual imbalance. Somatic psychology agrees. It shows that unhealed emotional trauma often turns into physical symptoms over time. If your body is hurting and no one can explain why, your soul may be using your body to speak for it. The seventh sign is feeling a powerful longing that you cannot explain. You feel like you are searching for something, but you do not know what it is. You may feel homesick, even when you are at home. You may feel drawn to spiritual books, nature, or silence more than usual. In Sufism, this is the soul yearning for union with the divine. In Plato's philosophy, it is the soul remembering a truth it knew before it was born. In Christian mysticism, it is the God-shaped space in the heart that only spiritual connection can fill. This longing is not confusion. It is a compass pointing you back to your true self. If you see yourself in any of these signs, do not ignore them. Your soul is not trying to punish you. It is trying to return you to wholeness. Healing can take many forms. It can be spiritual practice, therapy, inner child work, or time in nature. It may involve crying, resting, forgiving, or simply listening. Your pain is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your awakening. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need to hear this.